Hey friend, welcome to Self-Transformed, a podcast redefining self-care through simple fitness, nutrition, and mindset habits. I'm your host, Emily Nichols, certified personal trainer, Whole30 coach, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I know the struggle is real when it comes to taking care of you. I too am a busy working mom who felt physically and emotionally drained until I took action on my own transformation journey. I finally found the solutions to feeling confident and living a healthy lifestyle that doesn't feel hard, and now I'm on a mission to equip you with sustainable tools to help transform your life from the inside out, guilt-free. Together, we will simplify your health and fitness into daily habits that don't feel like another thing on your long to-do list, but daily actions that light you up instead. So if you're ready to redefine self-care and step into your own self-transformation, then let's do this. You're listening to episode 147 of Self-Transformed. Hey friend, welcome to the show. Welcome back. Hello, if this is your first time. If we haven't met, hello, I am Emily. I have founded the Self-Transformed brand to give you the tools to have your own transformation and create a sustainable, healthy life based on habit strategy. And we're going to do that in not a lot of time and without the guilt. I'm so excited you're here. Thank you for joining me. We are celebrating the show having over 110,000 downloads now, and we are in the top 2.5% of all podcasts, which means there's over 2.8 million podcasts in the world, and we're in the top 2.5%. That means the world to me that you are listening, and I hope you are gaining your own transformation tools to put in your tool belt to help you live a life where you're not just surviving, you are thriving, girlfriend. You know, this week, my signature program, Self-Transform You, just we're launching today for the April round. It's not too late to join us. I do take registrations up until this Thursday, and there's really no way to get behind on this program. I've set it up where it's a 4-week program. As a bonus, you get my mini course, the Habits That Stick Starter Kit, to help you dig into some habit strategy. And then from there, week by week, we dig into what your current habits are, your mindset, what your food freedom plan is going to look like. Y'all, we even dig it deep into like how to grocery shop and meal prep with habit strategy. We talk about joyful movement. I provide some workouts and we talk about doing hard things, but we also talk about the benefits of movement from a self-care perspective and how to incorporate it with habit strategy, of course. And last, we talk about what to do when you lose motivation or a new season of life comes your way, because it will always happen. And the beauty of the program is you can always go back through it anytime when you need to reevaluate what your self-care, what your health looks like, and what you can do to reevaluate what you're currently doing with your habits and make it work in your crazy busy life. And you get lifetime access to the course. I update it every quarter based on feedback from my clients, and the alumni are always so generous with their feedback, and so they have so many great ideas that I didn't even think of because I'm not going through the program like them currently. I've had my own transformation. I do all of this now intuitively, so it's great to be able to have to help someone who's in step 1 trying to figure out their own habit strategy to make health part of their life. So I will take registrations up until this Thursday. What day is that? The 21st of April. You can join me at selftransformu, it's just the letter u.com, to learn more. Feel free to send me a message if you have any questions. My DMs are always open. I love connecting with you all behind the scenes there and just hearing how I can help you there. And like I said, there really is no way to get behind on this program. I set it up where it's not very overwhelming, where if you feel like, okay, I need to, back off a little this week, it's not a lot of time each week dedicated to the program. It's more so gathering data about yourself and taking action from there. But I think this kind of leads into what I really wanted to talk about today, and that's the concept of pivoting versus quitting. I don't know about you, but I have bought courses in the past or started something and I quit pretty quickly when doing it, or I got halfway through, or I've had Whole30 clients where they're like, Emily, it's day 12, and oh my gosh, I went face first into some ice cream or a random bag of chips, which we've all been there. We totally get that, and we lead that. We go forward with that with grace for ourselves. But when we think about pivoting versus quitting, we make it so this doesn't happen during Self-Transform You, but sometimes there's things in your life where you do need to reevaluate if you need to pivot or quit. It's all about change. Recognizing that something is no longer working for you, really in your favor, and then taking action to go from where you are to where you want to be. And that's the beauty of starting Self-Transform You. I feel like it's a pivot in all of these ladies' lives where they're saying goodbye to their old lives and not taking care of themselves and feeling tired and overwhelmed all the time, to thriving, friends, just to thriving and having a health plan that actually works and being able to pivot, because we do talk about when to pivot or move on for a current habit. We dig a lot deeper into the program about that. This episode was really inspired as well by one of my favorite Peloton instructors, Arzon. She is one of my favorites. She is like the self-care queen. She's all the time. I'm riding with her and I'm like, yes. I needed this therapy session on the bike. And I came across this quote from hers from Shape magazine and within this year in 2022. And she said, you can look at it as pivoting with a purpose versus quitting. And I love that so much, because when we are saying, oh, I quit or I failed something, we feel so much shame or we feel so much self-doubt, and it just doesn't feel as like we were a success. But we always learn from what we're doing. And like I said, it's just all about change. It's all about transformation. And I love so much about how she phrased it, not as quitting, but pivoting with a purpose. So I'm going to share 10 tips for you as far as questions to ask yourself if your current habits aren't serving you and your goals, and how you could pivot with a purpose. So let's talk about it. So number 1, you're feeling discouraged daily. Now this could be for a lot of different reasons. You need to ask yourself why. Could it be, you're not getting a lot of help around the house or with your kids? Could it be you're not seeing results right away? If you're feeling discouraged, you need to step back and just ask yourself, why am I feeling discouraged? It could be from the actual habit, or it could be from something else happening in your life. That leads me into number 2, where you're not seeing results. So maybe your goal is weight loss. Maybe your goal is, you're doing the Whole30 and you're like, I don't think this is working. I don't see the results. Well, sometimes we're just not giving ourselves enough time, which leads me into number 3. Man, I flowed these really nicely when I was making this list. So number 3, how long have you been doing this new habit? Has it been a week, or have you tried it, like 10,000 times? If it's only been a week, maybe we need to reevaluate taking it up a notch and giving it a little bit more time. Right? We talk about in the course a lot, it takes 21 days to form a habit, but it takes 90 days for it to feel like an actual lifestyle and not feel so hard anymore. It takes brain power when we start a new habit, and it takes some time for it to feel like that unconscious behavior, which is what we want to get to. So number 4, I want you to ask yourself though, are you feeling momentum? Are you celebrating the small wins you've had so far? You're like, okay, you know what I mean? You're in that flow, you have that momentum. Maybe you haven't seen the results you wanted to yet, but you have that momentum. If you don't have that momentum, you're like, maybe I need to reevaluate and pivot with a purpose. Number 5, maybe your goals have changed or you weren't too specific to start with. I think it's really important to set some goals from the get-go. That's one of the things we do in Mindset 101, the first week within STU. We talk about what your goals are, and not just surface level goals, but why, the big why behind it. Maybe you weren't too specific with your goals. Maybe you're like, well, I wanted to lose weight. But why did you want to lose weight? Oh, it's to be able to, have the endurance to play with my kids every day, which is a much bigger why and a lot bigger motivator than just like, oh, I want to lose weight, right? Or maybe your goals have changed since then and you're like, yeah, I need to reevaluate my goals. So number 6, I think this is important to maybe take a couple of days off from the habit and see how you feel. Evaluate how that makes you feel when you aren't doing that particular habit. Or maybe you just need the rest, right? We need a couple of days where we're maybe off schedule. Now, a bonus tip here is I always suggest not taking more than 2 days off, because sometimes there's something that triggers in our brain thinking, oh my goodness, we failed. I haven't done this for more than 3 days. So just give yourself a couple of days and a couple of days there. Number 7, no, you can change your mind. Sometimes we get so pigeonholed into be like, this was my goal, this is what I wanted to do. But you can change your mind. Your goals can change. Your priorities change. You're in a new season of life. You can change your mind, and that's okay. Number 8, stop comparing. You are on your own journey, friend. Sometimes we get too caught up in comparison, and it just doesn't work. If we're comparing ourselves to whoever we're following on social media, listening to my show, I'm thinking, oh, Emily has it all together. Spoiler alert, I do not. Oh, I do not. I'm trying my hardest, and that's what I want you to do as well. But stop comparing yourself. You're on your own journey, and you have that momentum and those goals in front of you to help you get to where you want to be. Number 9, give yourself grace. Grace. Stop. Like we said, this takes time. Your goals may have changed. You might have found yourself comparing yourself. You needed to take rest. And just give yourself a little forgiveness and grace along the way. We're so quick not to do that, right? And number 10, let's talk about it.
Hey gang, cutting into this conversation real quick to share our amazing partner, Athletic Greens. So I started taking their AG1 because I wanted to optimize my health even more, but I was having a hard time making the habit of taking so many supplements. And as we talk about here all the time, if you aren't enjoying a habit, then simplify it. And AG1 was the answer for me. It's seriously like 9 health products in one. So AG1 has 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. It's a special blend of ingredients that supports your gut health, nervous system, immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, aging, just all the things. And what I really like about AG1 is that it's lifestyle friendly. So whether you eat paleo, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, it can fit your lifestyle. And I love that it contains less than 1 gram of sugar and still tastes amazing. It tastes super fresh and not earthy like other nutritional drinks I've tried in the past. So drinking AG1 every day has been a major keystone habit in my health. I have stacked it onto my already established morning habits consistently over the past month, and it has helped me so much with my energy levels. It's helped with my recovery from my workouts and even my digestion. It's so much easier than trying to take a bunch of supplements. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's seriously it. So if you're wanting to give this super simple, convenient daily nutrition a try, Athletic Greens has made this very simple for you. They're going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs, which I never traveled without now myself, with your first purchase of AG1. And y'all, it comes in the cutest canister to store your powder in and a bottle to easily measure out your water with a scoop. You'll love it. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/self-transformed. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/self-transformed to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. I can't wait to hear how you love your AG1 too. Let's get back to the show.
Okay, friend, this is my favorite tip, is to get some data. This is all what STU is about. We get data, then we take action with habit strategy. So what I would suggest is doing like a habit inventory to help you track your daily habits and see how they make you feel. Maybe the time isn't working for you and you need to pivot with a purpose with that habit altogether. Now, whenever we do our habit inventories, we know it's really eye-opening. I do like for you to write down how these habits make you feel instead of just being like, oh, for 30 minutes, I went for a walk or scrolled social media, right? I want you to see how it makes you feel, see how you can pivot those habits with a purpose if they're no longer serving you. And that can mean stopping them altogether. That can mean like, I'm trying to do this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and really it's not working out for you. Like for example, one thing that I've been really struggling with is I want to do a daily devotional. I want to spend some time with God every day. And I haven't been very intentional with that. A lot of my mornings are different depending on if I'm home or if I'm coaching at Orange Theory in the morning, or if I am running a kid to an early club meeting before school or a doctor's appointment. And so I was trying to do it first thing in the morning because I was like, that's like my ideal time. That's when I thrive and like get a lot of things done if I'm not coaching. But honestly, that time wasn't serving me because it wasn't happening every day and I was feeling really discouraged. So starting this week, just to give myself a little extra accountability, I'm putting it out here on the podcast. I've scheduled on my calendar every single day at 3 p.m. to take 20 to 30 minutes for devotional time. And I know 3 o'clock will work for me because that's usually close to a stopping point because my kids will be home around that time, or I need to go pick up my kids. So, I had to reevaluate my habits. Is this something I still wanted to do? Absolutely, but I had to see when I was doing it at a different time. So if you would like to use a habit inventory, take a look at where your habits currently are, gather that data about yourself, and figure out if you want to pivot with a purpose from there. I have a free download of a habit inventory sheet that will let you evaluate your feelings and those current habits and help you pivot and take action from there. You can get it at bit.ly/habit inventory. It's linked in the show notes for you as well, my friend. You can even try the mini course, the Habits That Stick Starter Kit, to take action from there and start my 3-step process to help you start taking action with your habits, or even hop on a call with me, friend, if you want to geek out on habits with me for 30 minutes and get a more customized approach to what you're doing. Okay, so I hope this episode was useful. I love the idea of pivoting with a purpose versus quitting. It's so much more of a gentle way to evaluate what's working for you and what's not working for you today. If you love the show, let me know. I love connecting with you all in the DMs, or come join the community to have even deeper connection and lots of funny memes and free coaching over there. And just a reminder, I am taking on a couple more STU clients until this Thursday, the 21st. If you want to stop the overwhelm, stop the starting and stopping, and really get to a point where you have a sustainable health plan where it feels easy, it doesn't feel hard because you've used habit strategy and your time is flourishing and the guilt is gone, then friend, I'd love to have you join me in STU. All right, gang, thank you so much for joining in, and I will catch up with you later this Thursday for Habit Hack Thursday. Hey girl, real quick, before you go, if you love today's show and know your girlfriends need to hear this message too, then grab a screenshot, post it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at EmilyNichols22, because the more mamas out there hearing this message, the more empowered we'll all feel to take care of ourselves so we can pour from a full cup. Or the number one way you can thank me for this podcast is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way, more mamas will find the show here too. Love you and appreciate you, girlfriends. See you next time.